Hi everybody, thanks for watching. Today I'm going to show you how to remove and replace your common smoke detector. Up there you see that older discolored plastic detector. That's one that's been there since we've owned the house. I'm not sure how old it is, but it is fairly old. I didn't see any installation markings on it, but today I'm going to show you how to remove it safely and put the new one on. It's not terribly difficult, but if you haven't seen it done before, it's always nice to see someone else do it first. All right, let's talk a moment about what tools you need. First thing, you're going to need a step ladder. They normally put these things on the ceiling, and if you're like me and not 8 feet tall, you need a step ladder. Second thing you're going to need is a new smoke alarm. This one has a little shower cap thing on it. It's a contractor kit. We bought 4 of them to replace the whole house. And you just leave these things on while you have construction so you don't get any of these sensors covered with dust or anything like that. We can pull it off. And it comes with a wire harness that you just hook into place. Yours might not be exactly like this, but in principle, you'll follow the same steps and we'll get this done. And then finally, you're going to need a screwdriver of some sort. I'm just going to use this cordless power drill to unscrew the screws just to save the wrist. All right, so those are the tools: a wrench to unclip the old wire, ladder, screwdriver, and a new smoke detector. Okay, first thing you're going to do is disconnect the old one. They usually just screw counterclockwise. You'll pull them straight down, and you'll expose some wires. Also, you'll have the existing mounting plate. That's usually held on with 1, 2 screws. You can either unscrew the screws now and just try to slide it down. That's what actually I'm going to do on this one. Slide that down. And these are bunched up, the existing hard wires in here, because your smoke detector is hardwired into the house. Most of them nowadays, 120 volt AC. So you're going to want to disconnect power. Right now we're just pulling them out. Got the plate off. And secondly, we need to disconnect the old smoke detector. That is right here. That's what I have the wrench. I could pinch really hard with this. I'll take the camera up and show you up close. All right, that thing right here. On the left and right, there's a little pinch point. I just like to use a pliers to pinch to pull that off, so that's what I'm going to do. You see it? I'm just going to use these pliers, pinch on either side of this, and pull straight out. There's that little beep. Okay, so we're disconnected from the wiring harness. Your old one, we don't need that. We can put that to the side. We're done with the pliers now. Now all we have left up there are the 3 wires, the black, the white, and the yellow, which is ground. And our new wiring harness has a black, white, and red, which is the red is going to be the ground in this case. So we're just going to wire those in place. Caution, since this is wired, you need to go find your appropriate circuit breaker and trip that so you don't get a nasty little shock. We've already done that, so now we're just going to undo those little electric caps, the red and the yellow and the red, and wire in the new one. It's kind of nice on this new harness. It's already pre-stripped, so we'll just have to disconnect the old and screw these into place. Again, don't forget your circuit breaker. I usually pull these down a little bit so I can work on them a little easier. We'll start with a white. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, unscrew it. Take your new harness with a white wire, and I like to work one at a time. Hold that in place and thread the cap on to hold it tightly. All right, one down. Okay, now we're going to do the black. Unscrew the cap, pull the existing old black harness off. We're just repeating what we did with the white one there. Clockwise to tighten the cap. I want to give it a little tug to make sure it's on there tightly. There we go. I can feel it grip. And the third one is the red, or the ground, or the neutral in this case. We're going to pull that off. At this point I can discard the old harness. That was for the old smoke detector. I'm going to pull this cap off to expose the pre-stripped piece, and just like we did with the other two, put this on and put the cap on. Okay, we now have the harness on, ready to go, but we have to replace or put on the new faceplate. So I'll grab that. One other thing that's a good idea to do before you put this up is to go out and fill out the install date of whatever date it is that you're putting this on, because it's easier to write when this is on the ground than it is attached to the ceiling. Okay, I've got the new mounting plate. It's nice white plastic, not that old aged yellow looking thing. I'm going to slide all these new wires through the central hole. And then the existing two screws that I didn't really move in this case, I'm going to push through these slotted holes. There's a wide spot for the head of the screw. I'm going to try to find that on each side. And then to keep the screw head in those holes, we're going to twist. And I'm going to try, there we go. So in this case, I was able to put up the new faceplate without undoing these, but I'm going to tighten these a little bit just to make that a little more secure. And don't over tighten because they are plastic. That's pretty tight. And now, once we wrote the install date on the smoke detector, I'm doing that right now. Today is, I call it February 2019. Only a couple things remain here. If we know we got a good connection, we're going to stuff all these back up into the hole. There's plenty of room up there in that box. You do want to be a little careful. You don't want to loosen the connection that you just made. And taking your new detector, attach it to the power source that you just wired. Probably get a beep out of this. There we go. And now there are a couple little tabs here. A plastic tab here and a plastic tab here. 4 of them on this one. They're going to go into these little grooves on the top and then lock into place. So you kind of got to feel around for it. You can look a little bit, but mostly you have to push it up, work a little bit left and right until you find where, there it goes. And the last step is to pull, in this particular model, the battery tab. You see it went red and then green. So that's it. For this particular model, it takes about 10 minutes of work. You can see that we have, let's see if it's showing, green power. And there we go. And it's not a bad idea to test these. By that I mean press the test button. So in 10 minutes, you can take an old smoke detector out and replace it with a new one. And just don't forget the power. Okay, that's it. Hope it helps. Thanks for watching.